Hey everyone, my name is Siraj, and in this video I'm going to be showing you everything I love about my Audi A7. So I've had this car for almost 2.5 years now. It's a 2014 S-Line Black Edition TDI Quattro, and it's just absolutely fantastic car. It's got a 3 litre V6 diesel engine spitting out 295 horsepower with 600 Newton meters of torque. Now I did actually remap it about a year ago, and honestly it was a really good decision to make because it just really unlocked the full potential of the car. It actually came out of the factory with 240 brake horsepower and 500 Newton meters of torque, and you know 0 to 60 times were good, but it just goes through the roof when you start remapping it as well. So let me show you around the car. So to start with, when you first see this car, you're just thinking it just looks absolutely stunning. The styling is just so on point. Audi smash it every time. You can see with the A7 you got a massive front grille, and this is with the black trim, and then you know these really large 21-inch wheels. You know, with this again black alloys, looks absolutely fantastic, and the swooping sort of roof as well. The same reminiscent in like a Audi R8 or a e-tron GT as well. It just looks absolutely fantastic. It's got a big presence on the road as it is a very wide car, and you definitely do feel it when you're driving. You like command a lot of space. Wing mirrors as well is also, they're quite wide, they're quite large, which is quite useful as well. Actually, as you're driving, then you can see quite a lot around you. And taking it over to the front, the lights are just fantastic. They look really good while you're driving. That's it, that's turning it on there. Yeah, just looks fantastic when the car's behind you as well. There's lights. So let's just get into the car now. And the dashboard just looks absolutely fantastic. It's absolutely great to drive as well. As I said, very, very good visibility with the side mirrors and the rear view as well. And yeah, just, you know, feel very, very comfortable in this car. So there's lots of space in the cabin. Like I can really put my hands out. Got lots of armrest space as well, and when I'm driving as well, when the gear lever comes back for a drive, then you know you can very easily rest my hand on there as well, which is very quite comfortable. And then in terms of headroom as well, like I'm a pretty short guy, to be honest with you, about 5'6", so we've got loads of space here. And obviously with the seats as well, you can raise the seat up or down as well. And the steering wheel is also very highly adjustable as well. You got reach, and I can also bring it up and down as well, which is really good. Let's head into the back of the car now as well. Check it out. So here we are in the back of the car, and again headroom is also quite good as well. It's very good. It's very spacious in here as well. Seats are very, very comfortable, and you also got a armrest as well for the passengers in the back as well, which is also very, very handy. And you've also got the heaters as well, and a little bit of a storage unit here, and 12-volt socket, and you know, again, plenty of storage space around here as well with the thing. I think you got these I think they're like ashtrays or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. But yeah, again, very, very spacious in here. So if we go over here as well, glove box is also very, very spacious as well. You've got plenty of room, plenty of areas of storage as well in there, which is great. And then I also use this for like my glasses, which is very useful. And then you got extra storage here as well in the front center console as well, cup holders, and then you got 2 bits of storage here as well. You got some iPhone charger, and you got another storage compartment here, which is very useful. And then again, this is also adjustable, so you can put it as high as you want, which is quite useful. So I leave it around there. And then you got the piano black sort of plastic as well, which looks very, very premium as well with the Quattro, which is very good, very nice. Piano blacks here as well. And then the soft touch sort of plastic as well is also feels very, very premium as well. And there's a large center console here as well, and like, it's very, very sturdy as well. Like honestly, everything feels so premium. You know, nothing's gonna fall apart in this car. The dashboard layout is, again, just looks very nice. And then what I absolutely love about this, right now you can see that everything's sort of tucked away here, but then when you start the car, then this comes out as well, which is really nice. Which is the infotainment, which I absolutely love, and just, you know, just the sound of it just sounds really cool. And then if you want to come in, this whole infotainment again is also all very useful. You got you know, your car settings. Again, you can change the drive as well, so putting into sport mode and stuff like that, which is also very useful as well. The engine and gearbox, so dynamic is sport, basically. Comfort is just makes everything very easy. So for example, when it comes to the steering gets very light when it's on comfort mode, whereas on dynamic it kind of sort of tightens up the steering, you know, makes it feel a bit more sporty, which is quite nice. With the gearbox, what it does is it'll shift up, it'll stay in gear longer when it's in dynamic, to then allow you to kind of rev it a bit higher, whereas in comfort mode it'll be quicker to shift, sort of thing. When it's in auto mode, it'll kind of go between the two. And then you got the navigation as well. It's quite a good system. You have to put the SD card in here, so then that's, I think it's like a probably 2014 SD card. So there are a few things sort of out of date, but then I guess you can upgrade it. But you know, it's a pretty quick system, which is quite useful. And then what else is here as well? You got your Bluetooth, and to listen to your music. The sound system is fantastic. It's a Bose sound system, so just, you know, the bass is really good. It's got this sort of surround sound, which is really nice. It connects to the phone pretty quickly. And then, you know, I to be honest with you, I never really listen to the radio. It's just mainly Bluetooth all the time. But you can sort of customize the sound here as well, so I kind of make it quite bass heavy as well. And then you got this surround level, which really makes it just an immersive experience, which is really good. This is it closing. One thing one of my friends also did for me is when you press the button to start the car, the dials actually they actually spin around as well, which is quite nice. And then I like how the fuel gauge as well, it's like got 8 bars sort of thing, which is really cool. And then this is like going through the systems, and you got the speed. It's a digital speed display as well, which is really good. That's the Bluetooth, and yeah, it's very cool. The seats are also really comfortable as well. You got this, you can bring this sort of forward and backwards as well, which is quite cool. And then as you can see here, you got the seat goes backwards and forwards, and that pretty much goes all the way back. And then you can also, I can push it up and down, obviously depending on my height, so how much I want to seal the bonnet and stuff. And then you can also raise it forward and upwards as well, this bit, and then also going back and forwards, just like you know, for normally, you know. And then what's really cool about this car is you got this button here, and this sort of it's for lumbar support, so this will actually raise something up and down, and also bring it forwards and backwards as well. So I actually kind of keep it quite backwards, actually, to be honest with you, but it's definitely very useful. It makes the whole thing just so much more comfortable. Another thing I absolutely love about this car is the electric tailgate as well. So this one tab, and then it electronically goes up, which is quite cool. And then I just have to press this button over here to make it go down again, which is nice. And then if you just come over to the front as well, it's quite useful feature. When I'm just getting out of the car, you know, just done the shopping, I can press this little button here, and then it just magically raises the tailgate as well, which is quite nice. I think the seagulls, if you can hear them, they're probably getting excited about the car as well. So, and yeah, it's a very large boot space as well. So, you know, just you know, I can put the seats down as well, which is really good. This massive opening, and then I've also got the spare wheel in here as well, which is quite good. I think I did have to use it once, maybe. Yeah, I definitely did. Yeah, I got a tyre puncture once, so yeah, that was quite annoying. But anyway. Yeah, lots of storage space, which is very useful. And then with the electric tailgate as well, like I said, I just want to stop it halfway, I can as well. Yeah. It's like, you know, when you're walking up to the car, you want to, a lot of the times I've got something to put in the boot as well. So from the keys, I can press and hold the button and it will just automatically open up the boot as well, which is super useful. Just to give a quick story about the boot as well, there's been so many times when I've literally had to put all the seats down, even the passenger seat as well, or put something through, and then just having a nice long car is so useful. Like, you know, there's been a lot of times when I've gone to like IKEA and grabbed some stuff, you know, just boarded our loft as well, so, you know, I had to put long panels in, and it's all fit in this car. It's literally like a van, but it's just super stylish as well at the same time, and really powerful. It's just a great all-rounder car. You know, just absolutely brilliant. Very practical luxury car, but it's also, like, you know, it looks like a sports car as well, you know, which is just fantastic. And the final party trick I want to talk about with this car is he's got this little spoiler here as well. So in its most of the time it is of course down, but when you're driving at I believe it's around 60 miles an hour or 70, and you're going like that, or you're accelerating quite quick, it comes up. But I can actually just press the button, okay, and then let's go over, and there you go, and that is it open. And so again, it adds a bit of a rear stability on the car as well. So as you're driving at those high speeds, you want to be having a lot of downforce, just like an F1 car. The wind will be sort of coming down and then hitting the spoiler to then push the wheels more into the ground, to then, as I said, to give that stability. So then when you're going at those high speeds, you know, the car is more stable basically, so it won't slide, which is again really cool. Absolutely love the spoiler. The fact that it's a, you know, a movable part on the car as well is very cool. So let's start the car then. So I just put it into drive. The seagulls, man. And yeah, the steering is just super light. You know, it's literally one touch, one hand, one finger driving sort of thing, which is pretty impressive. You know, the power steering is just very nice. I'll probably put it into sport. What I love, so as I was saying with the driving position, so you can see here my hand is resting on the thing, so it's kind of like a natural position. Arm is there, hands there. It's really quite nice like that, you know. And then what's also quite cool is right now it's in drive mode, but then if I just do that little flick there, then it's in sport mode now. So it's a very quick way of getting into sport mode, rather than like faffing about with lots of different buttons and stuff like that. And it's wicked, because then, like, you know, when you're at the lights and then just chuck into sport mode and just blast it off basically, which is quite cool. Just, you know, it's very quiet in the car as well. You know, again, that's all thanks to lots of sound insulation in the car, and then also the tires themselves, they're sort of special tires that insulate the sound as well. Like, so there's as little road noise as possible basically, is the whole point of this. Yeah, absolutely just love driving this car, to be honest with you. One thing is, because it is very big, then it is hard kind of getting through tight spots as well. But it does, as I say, it has that presence on the road, you know. Just do a little acceleration here. And the brakes are also very sharp as well, which is very handy. When you've got a quick car, of course, you need to have very strong brakes, and this car definitely does, man. If you hardly ever do need to slam on the brakes, because, you know, kind of, you know, the cool thing about this car is you got the power, but you don't always necessarily have to use it all the time, you know. But it's there at your disposal whenever you need it, whenever you need to get out of a quick mess. Like, for example, just, you know, a car's coming but I need to quickly go, then you just go, sort of thing, you know. Yeah, it's absolutely so fun to drive, you know, in that sense. But when I do want to stop, you know, it will stop quickly, like really, like just stops dead basically, you know. Which is, as I said, then you got that confidence and you can drive however you want. You know, if you want to have a relaxed drive, you can have a relaxed drive. If you want to be driving like a crazy man, you can drive like a crazy man. And like you can see here, like if you want to look at the front, and like, you know, it's just super easy to overtake. You know, no problems. You know, you can just go anywhere you want basically, and that's great. You know, you got basically options. You know, when you got a car that that has this sort of power. You know, you can get to A to B real quick if you need to, and you know, you can get around people because there's a lot of slow drivers around, you know. But at the same time, you know, it's important to stay safe on the roads as well. So as I said, it's about having that control, being safe at all times. And this car is a definitely very, very safe car as well. It's a safe car to drive, as it is big. You know, it's got a massive bonnet as well, so it's probably got a lot of sort of crash protection in that sense, which is very good. But yeah, absolutely lovely car to drive. So with all great things, they unfortunately do always have to come to an end, and this car is no exception, unfortunately. I would love to keep it forever, but unfortunately I can't. And the reason why I have to get rid of it is because of the ULEZ expansion. So I live in London, and currently there is what we call a ULEZ zone. When it first came out, it was only in central London. Now what the ULEZ means is basically it stands for ultra low emission zone, and any car that was I think it was for a petrol, it needs to be a Euro 4, and for a diesel it needs to be a Euro 6. And what that means is, like, so I think it was around the 2005 period roughly is for petrol cars when they started becoming Euro 4 as standard, and for diesels it was around 2015 they became Euro 6. Now this car unfortunately is a 2014, and it's it conforms to Euro 5 standards. And what that means is it's not ULEZ compliant, and anyone who drives within a ULEZ zone, which operates pretty much, it's 24/7 basically. I think it's the only day that it's not it doesn't operate is Christmas Day. So you know, pretty much the whole year, if you drive within the ULEZ zone, even just, you know, for basically, you know, you go in a couple of meters, then you have to pay a certain charge, and currently that charge is, I believe, £12.50 per day. So if you drive within like a single day, so if you drive it, you know, at 11 p.m. and then you drive in 1 a.m., you're paying for 2 days as well. But £12.50 is just completely impractical to be able to drive your car. And the thing is, I've been able to survive so far because currently the zone encompasses like the north and south circlers, and as we live in sort of West London and outside of that zone, it's been okay. There have been a few times that it has kind of caught me out, and I may have had to like drive my sister's car, or take the bus or train, or rely on like friends and family to drive as well. But it's unfortunately now it's actually expanding to be within, basically to cover the whole M25. So it's going to cover the whole M25, and that means we will be living inside the zone, and so it's just going to be completely impractical to every time I effectively want to take the car off the driveway, I have to pay the charge. And it's as I said, maybe if it was like £1 or £2, and maybe, but £12.50 is just sort of taking the piss. So yeah, that is why I'm gonna sell this car, and I will be getting a new car. So just stay tuned, and I'm looking forward to showing you more car videos. Thank you.